Hi everyone, I need to talk about the Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition for a sec. Rayman is a great game. Super hard, but great. Never beat it. And this version right here is almost a great re-release. It has 5 different versions of the original Rayman and a previously unreleased prototype. I look forward to seeing speedruns of it. There are a bunch of museum exhibits including documentary footage discussing how Rayman came to be. A rewind feature is included for all versions, as well as accessibility options like infinite lives, max HP and automatically unlocking levels. Good stuff. It makes playing these levels more forgiving, which I appreciate because I suck at Rayman 1. But here's the snag. The soundtrack has been completely remade. Some tracks are recreations, but others are new compositions. Look, I know the reason behind the change is likely to do with licensing. In one of the documentary videos, the new composer, Christophe Herral, says that some pieces had to be rewritten. It's also touching because he says how much he admired one of the original composers, Remy Gazelle, who is no longer with us and was instrumental to the original soundtrack. His compositions are recreated, not replaced, and that's good. But this is Rayman's 30th anniversary. That's a big deal. They really couldn't get the rights to use the rest of the soundtrack? It's disappointing and flies in the face of game preservation, which is what this re-release seems to pride itself on. But you know what's more ridiculous? The Jaguar version has the original soundtrack playing underneath the new one. That's right, both versions play at once, which was clearly unintended and means that Ubisoft might have to deal with some legal consequences if they don't patch it as soon as possible. I also noticed that in the PS1 version there's a bit of crackling every so often, or maybe crackling is not the right word. Every now and then there's a small blip of audio interference in the music. If you listen carefully, especially to the recreation of First Steps, you'll know what I mean. It's distracting once you notice it and it kind of ruins the immersive vibe. How is the new soundtrack though? Well, hard to say. Nostalgia is a powerful thing to overcome. I like the recreation of First Steps, but the new tracks, I don't know, they're not as memorable. Of course it is early days, but they're a bit scattershot when it comes to instrumentation, so I don't think I'll have any of them hanging around in my head like the original Bandland theme, which is called Harmony. But I'm willing to be proven wrong. I'm just annoyed because this re-release is so close to being great. They couldn't get over that final hurdle. It's misstep after misstep with Ubisoft right now. They're basically Sideshow Bob. But on the plus side, maybe this means that at some point down the line, they'll make compilations of Rayman 2 and 3. That would be really cool actually. Rayman 2 has so many versions, and Rayman 3 has a fair few as well actually. Just please don't change the soundtracks, Ubisoft. Don't you do it. Don't even think about it. Yeah, that's all I had. I just needed to vent basically. See you next time.